Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley, if you guys didn't already know. This video is going to be a tad bit different from majority of the videos that are already on my channel, which are mostly makeup related. There recently has been something that's just really been bothering me, and I'm like, you know what, like, let me share this on YouTube. So few disclaimers will be throughout this video because I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to offend anyone in any way, shape, or form. Strictly my opinion, and I'm using this platform here to express how I feel. So I'm gonna jump right into it, and this video is going to be about why I am not African American, but why I am black. So there has been a lot of talk about Trump with a lowercase t changing Black History Month to African American Month. I just want to focus on the difference between African American and black. So imagine me as a Japanese woman, okay, and I was born and raised in Japan, and I come here to America, apply for citizenship, and I'm accepted. Now I am Asian American. Okay, let's say I was born and raised somewhere in India, come here, apply for citizenship and all that jazz. Now I'm Indian American. Follow me. If I was born and raised in Africa and then I come here, I'm then African American. I was not born and raised in Africa and then came here, so now I'm African American. That's not how that is. My parents were not born in Africa. I've never in my entire existence stepped one foot into Africa, so how am I African American? To call me African American is to forget the rest of my ancestry and to forget the rest of what my makeup is and just say you're African American and this is all that we're going to acknowledge. We're just only going to acknowledge that you're African, period, American, because you live here, you're born here, so you're American, but you're African first. What about everything else that I'm made up of? I don't like how you're just taking all black people and putting us in one thing, African American. How? It bothers me because I'm not African, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being African because I do have African heritage somewhere down my line, and it's beautiful. When I hear their language and I hear their dialect, it makes me want to talk like that. It's so beautiful. I love the way Africans speak. I'm just not African. I'm not from there. My parents aren't from there. My parents' parents or my grandparents aren't from there. My great-grandparents aren't from there. I can keep tracing back down my ancestry for quite some time before I reach my ancestors that were in Africa, and then it's split almost evenly. I have great-great-great-great-great-grandparents and great ancestors that actually signed the Constitution. The Constitution. I hope I'm saying that right. It sounds wrong coming out of my mouth right now. Get this, only white males could sign the Constitution, so how about that? I know this information because I've done the ancestry.com thing. Traces really far back. So why are you only allowing me to accept one part of everything I'm made up of when I'm so much more than African American? I would prefer to be called black than African American. And I know an argument sometimes comes up where people are like, well, why do we even have to label each other? For law purposes, because let's say somebody breaks into your house, how are you going to describe that person that broke into your house?
There's a 6'2" light complected male.
Like, there needs to be something. I would rather be called African American than Negro or colored. I don't know. And then there's been a lot of movies out like Hidden Figures and The Loving and Fences. A lot have been coming out recently, and they're really good movies. To see the unfair treatment of my people it's just really been bothering me, especially with the whole Trump lowercase t thing. Power to the people. I love my black skin. I love my black hair. I know there are some black people that don't like being black. I actually went to school when I was at a university. There was a black girl who said to me in conversation, because you know sometimes you talk to your friends about, oh, childhood memories, you know, these are the TV shows we used to watch, and I brought up Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney Houston. I'm like, this is the best Cinderella of all time. You can't argue with me there. The music, they broke boundaries. How do you have Whoopi Goldberg as the queen, a white guy as the king, and then a Filipino son? But growing up, you don't see color. That's taught. To see color and to feel differently about people because of their color, that's taught. That's not something you're born with. Growing up, I never saw that. I think that's beautiful that they did that with the movie. And I was talking to a black girl up there, and she said out of her mouth,
I don't like that movie because...
Catch this.
I don't like that movie because it is a black girl playing a white girl role.
Are you kidding me? When I heard that, I was like, wait, pause. Scoot, scoot to the left, step up on the right, step back on the right, bottom turn. What? Whoever said that was a white girl role? But after that, I realized there is a problem in society that is killing the love that black people have for themselves and for the women in black society. I've talked to a guy who said,
if you're black, I can't date you because you're not as cute.
What? What do you mean? This is a black guy. You can like what you like. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But don't just say I don't like black girls, because that's super disrespectful. And I don't know how I got from like speaking about like why I don't like being called African American compared to black. And I think I got there because it's a bigger picture than, you know, just the title. There's a lot more that goes into just being called African American versus black and the whole reasoning behind why that is so. And I think that that's how I got here. I hope that you guys at least found this video to be some kind of informative.